Kespa limited them to 2 uniforms.
That is a tragedy. Oh, well. Here we go. Picks and bans for game number 1. Spenu, Sonic Boom versus the KOO Tigers. Here we go, and there's that Victor ban. Of course, KOO, you know, kind of the original Victor here in Korea. Yeah.
Every game, KOO, they ban his Victor out, and we haven't seen it in such a long time, but there's an Alistair, not going to let Spenu have that one up first.
Yep. And so I'm really wondering, are we going to see that Varus ban against KOO again, too? Now I really want to see his Varus.
I think you have to ban it because KOO's on red side, and they'll just last pick it if you don't have a solution for it. So
that's true.
Annie actually take it away from Gorilla. I mean,
well, he had a really good game with it against Jin Air in game 3, I guess, but it's not like a huge consistent pick for him.
No, it definitely isn't. That is a little bit confusing.
Yeah. Well, the Rise ban, not too surprising. Just a generally strong pick right now, and you know, Soul's been struggling on pretty much everything he's tried to play lately, so why not just limit him to those champions that he hasn't done well on? Which is all of them. Yeah.
Almost everything. So Callista will not be played by Spenu, in spite of the fact that they did actually manage to pull out a win against IM with that champion, and their sole win of the season. They don't want to first pick it.
Huh.
So what are they going to first pick here? Graga's still available. One would assume that that would be first pick worthy. KOO Tigers could really open up this draft, and they're going to ban Vayne.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Huh. Vayne is a champion that Nuclear's only played once. But not a big worry, and easy first pick Gragas.
If they think that Spenu's going to first pick Gragas, they can deny the Gragas-Vayne synergy that is so strong. And
that's a good point.
We'll see if there's another reason for denying the Vayne pickup right here.
Well, I would love to see KOO play Echo, and we may just see him pick it straight off. I don't know. Do you think it's worth picking right away?
Smeb might play Echo. I mean, honestly, that would be a very good champion for Smeb, taking that Sivir. And they're just going to go with the Nautilus and support early on, not revealing anything at all.
I do like the idea of Smeb playing Echo, though. It does really fit his playstyle well.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Riven player would be strong on that champion.
Yep. Yeah, fits it better than KOO's playstyle, honestly.
Yes. Yes, it does.
Vel'Koz Garen. Let's make it happen, Spenu. Come on. Or not. Oh, well. Well, the Rumble Force Soul would not be a surprise at all. It's been pretty much what he's played in nearly all of the games.
Yeah. Almost certainly just going to go for that champion right there. And then how are they going to round it out from that point forward? I mean, occasionally we've seen Nuclear on a champion like Jinx. They did very well in the early game against CJ with that champion.
And the Thresh seems pretty reasonable. Just a good solid pickup in general. Ooh, maybe the Tristana for Nuclear, actually. Huh. So picking that now, not giving away any more than they need to.
Yeah, you're definitely going to take the AD and support in that round of the draft, and they're going to grab the Tristana. So we've seen that be very successful in terms of fast-pushing compositions, not only in Korea, China as well. LGD actually doing a really good job with Imp on the fast-push Tristana. Very interesting game to see.
Well, we could certainly see that as Zir for KOO. Maybe the Yasuo, I guess, but last time KOO played Yasuo, things did not go well for the Tigers, so I like to switch over to the Evelyn for Hojin.
That has been Hojin's go-to champion as well this season. Well, Wisdom has preferred the Gragas. Hojin definitely really liking the Eve pickup more often than not, and they're hovering over the Echo right here. They could blind pick it, but...
Well, Sassen's played a lot of different champions this season, so picking Echo is very strong right now. Wouldn't be too surprising.
Yeah, pretty safe champion as well in the laning phase, so
yeah,
not too much of a risk to blind pick it, but the response could be quite interesting. Blind picking that would be suicide against KOO's Vayne. Or not Vayne, Varus. You cannot pick Gaston in this situation against a known Varus player like that.
What about Azir? I feel like Azir would suffer some of the same things.
Oh, no.
With that poke, though.
Well, but you don't have to melee minion waves, so you're not going to get hit by it.
Yeah, I suppose. The Halaveros, the passive, not as much of a problem.
Yeah.
Oh, well, they go with the Azir. The Varus picked up for KOO anyway.
Yeah, it's still fine here to play the Varus, but it just doesn't have that same level of risk. Azir definitely much better. And, I mean, SBE has the tools to deal with this. Catch and Soul finally switch over from Maokai to Gragas. Was curious what's going on. A little bit of delay on the switch right there. So they have really good siege with this composition. SBE with the Azir Tristana. If they're left alone in lane with turrets for any amount of time, those turrets will die instantly, and they can also just Gragas all people off them and burn them down. So we could see some creative sieging here from SBE Sonic Boom if they can get it together. Good team fighting comp, good all-around comp. And KOO, man, they are powered up for the mid game. They're really going to be hitting that power spike hard with the Rumble, Varus, and the Sivir, but they will be at a disadvantage late.
Seems like that's what you want to do against a team like SBE Sonic Boom, though, is just get in there, hit them early, and then just close it out easily.
Well, they certainly have everything they need to accomplish those goals in this game.
Yep.
Good dive potential as well.
Yeah, we'll see if they can pull it off. SBE Sonic Boom looking for not just a match win, but just a win in general. Their second game win would be nice at this point. KOO Tigers, though, looking for an easy way to hop up the rankings a bit. We'll see if they can do it. Time to get in the game and find out. And here we go. Welcome to Summoner's Rift once again. SBE Sonic Boom versus the KOO Tigers. Ah, yes, and Heartseeker Varus for KOO. Showing his love for SBE Sonic Boom. He's going to send them lots of gifts. Unfortunately, these gifts are elongated and sharp, and generally not something you want coming at you really fast.
Yeah, this is pretty much classic KOO Tigers right here. Just go for that big mid-game power spike. Try and close out the game. Play well around when you're strong. Understand your team compositions well. So that
oh boy, that's a hail of arrows. That's a slow. Secret flays people away. Flash is used. Gorilla actually flashed in for the stun there. Well, and they got the flash. So support flash for support flash, I guess.
Yeah, just trading the flashes. It happened early enough that it's not really going to be that big of a hit on the laning phase.
Yeah.
Especially since Gorilla did start with his E anyway, so that's not too big of a deal. Yep. They just caught them out right there at that brush. You have to be careful. That tri-brush on the bottom side, on blue side, is one of the scariest parts of the game at level 1 because you never know when they're just waiting around the corner right there because the red side can get to that point on the map before you can really do much of anything. And also, there's a huge danger of like a thresh hook coming in through that brush. That is one of the least pleasant places to stand as a pro player.
It is true. I think the ultimate least pleasant place to stand, though, is in your opponent's fountain. You don't last very long there. It's dangerous stuff.
Yeah, you can get eliminated pretty quickly.
Yeah. Well, we have the 2v2, so standard lanes in game number 1 here.
SBE still jungle following a little bit, though. Looks like they are going to be sharing XP on these first couple of camps, and then SBE will just teleport into lane. Maokai.
Wow, KOO already doing a lot of damage to Sasin.
I mean, the nice thing, at least with the Azir, is you have some range, which gives you more time to dodge. But yeah, this is, I mean, the Varus is strong in the early and mid game. There's no doubt about that. They do have the tools to get onto him, however. Of course, with Gragas, you can really disrupt him with that ultimate. They have the Maokai also, so they can definitely deal with KOO.
Yep. Yeah, Hojin just waltzing by on his way to the bottom jungle.
That said, KOO has been pretty spectacular on this Varus in his first couple of games.
Yep, well, there's a reason why I was banned against him every game against Jin Air.
Yeah, against KT he did just a tremendous amount of work on that champion.
Yep. And Hojin just grabbing his blue buff. And we'll see what the path is going to be. Ignoring the Scuttle Crab coming all the way down, he may have a chance here.
It's an early gank.
Yeah, there's no vision from SBE. This could be rough. They're starting to kind of wonder. I mean, they see Gorilla standing in the ward. I mean,
they want to get Secret because he doesn't have a flash.
That's the idea. But Secret is appropriately playing back, and it looks like Hojin just giving up on that one for now. I feel like he maybe could have tried something.
No, you don't show for that. There's no way that gank is going to be successful. So don't show on the map. Don't let them know where you are. Keep Ketch guessing, because right now Ketch would be playing more aggressively if he had any idea where Hojin was. And so Hojin going to check the Raptors right now. He'll know that Gragas is probably somewhere on the top side of the map.
Yep, taking the Krugs. Ketch is grabbing those Krugs. Do you think there's any chance of a dive here against Smeb?
Well, you're not going to dive. They were trying to wait to see if he would push out, but Smeb playing very conservatively right now. Ketch, ooh, this is such an interesting little battle between junglers right now.
Yeah, they're managing to avoid each other pretty effectively so far. Ketch actually stealing a lot of his opponent's jungle right now.
Hojin hasn't farmed a camp in quite a long time at the moment.
Yeah, still level 3.
Yeah, so he actually goes up to the Krugs, finds out that no one's up there. Now he's going to get scared, and he's going to have to cover Rumble because Rumble's pushing forward.
Yep.
That Gragas could be there. Oh, that's not good. He does need to wait. That's a little bit sloppy, I think, because if you see that those Krugs are stolen now, he didn't see Gragas in the tri-brush right there, so he probably did assume that he went back down, but there's a possibility that Gragas is like down doing his own Gromp after that, and that this Rumble pushing forward could put him in real danger.
That's true. At least they do have the pink ward in the river just to keep him safe. So Smeb, would be aware of if Gragas like bounced into river or something like that over the wall. Secret trying to zone a little bit. CS, though, pretty even across lanes. And it looks like we're, unless the junglers find some opportunities, we're going to have a pretty passive early game.
These junglers are really looking for ganks, though, is the thing. What you going to pop in there? Prey just going to go ahead and...
Whoa, nice dredge line onto Secret. Secret does have his flashback up. He's going to use it right away, and that means he does make it out.
Really close gank for that flash timing right there, and they do manage to. Actually, he was running the mastery for the cooldown reduction on the summoner spells, otherwise he wouldn't have had it back up right there.
Yep. Well, now KOO knows. Hojin getting spotted by Catch here. Catch actually going to go into the body slam stun. The dredge line hits a Raptor, brings in Gorilla. Saucin throws the Sand Soldier over the wall, but doesn't do a whole lot with it.
Very safe attempt on the jungle invade, though, because they did get Spenu a little bit scared after that gank, and then they just wanted to take away as much as they could. They had a ward in the tri-brush to see if Secret or Nuclear was going to come back up into that brush, but Gorilla just moving very well with Hojin on the map. They didn't get anything from it, but that is a very safe way and a very reliable way to try and make plays to deny your opponent.
Yeah, you don't really lose anything by going for it. Prey able to farm just fine by himself here in bot lane. So nothing ventured, nothing gained, nothing lost either, I suppose. In this case, Smeb, though, gaining a little bit of a CS lead up in top lane.
Yeah, as he usually does. He's just such a reliable player, and it appears as though he's going to be going Abyssal Scepter first this game, so feeling very comfortable in this matchup, not going to be getting any early match penetration, instead just building up to the big buy right there, and then trying to get an advantage off of that. I think that it's a really good pickup with the Gragas, Azir, and Maokai on the other team. He's going to be very effective.
Oh, lost his pink ward, though. Doesn't have another one to place down, just his trinket ward available, so he's got to be a little bit careful here now.
Now, Hojin a bit behind in the jungle after everything that's going on. Catch just up a few creep camps, and that's going to be problematic. Hojin really far behind. It's going to be a while until he can hit level 6.
Right. And we see him farming now, but none of those early ganks worked out.
Well, it was also just his pathing kind of took him in the wake of Catch. And so he wasted a lot of time going to camps that Catch had just taken kind of just one step behind the entire way.
Yeah. Well, Prey finally starting to get a little bit of a CS lead here in bottom as well, too. So the top and bottom lanes gradually sort of getting a tiny bit of an edge. And we have a lot of people from the KOO Tigers coming to the jungle. Wow, that's a deep pink ward for Hojin.
Just great vision control this game
from
the Tigers. You can see how well coordinated they are around these wards and the pressure in their lanes. Kuro just there going with Hojin to make that play so that you don't have any risk of Hojin accidentally dying. Hojin's still struggling to catch up, of course. Catch already level 6. Catch on the top side, though. They want to get Secret without that flash.
Yep, there's the ultimate. He pops the box right away. Hojin comes in. There's no flash for Secret. Should be able to be taken out fairly easily. They even bring the teleport down, and they can just transition that right into a dragon, too. Kuro right there as well.
What beautiful timing.
Yeah.
So they played around the blue buff timer of Spenu Sonic Boom to make sure that the jungler wasn't going to be down there and that they would just have that man advantage guaranteed. Set it up really well in terms of communication with the teleport. Absolutely great gank. Playing around a buff timer, a summoner timer simultaneously, and then transitioning that into a dragon. Tight play by the Tigers.
Yeah, and that's going to earn them a little bit of a lead with that first dragon. CS-wise, things are caught up, of course, because people had to leave lane to go take it. But, like you said, a lot of progress being made by KOO. That mid lane turret, though, taking some damage.
Yeah, Kuro off getting the blue buff instead of putting the pressure down in the mid lane, but eventually he'll get back before it falls below 50% HP. Still a small price to pay for the edge that they got.
Yeah, it could certainly be worse.
Now, they have to be careful, though. Soul is the one with the TP advantage right now, but because that play was made so cleanly, even if he does TP to the bottom side, best you can get is a couple of kills. You're never going to get a dragon off of that until it respawns right now. So they're also just probably going to play safely around this teleport up until the next dragon is up or until Smeb has his TP back up in turn. And that the KOO Tigers really sticking to a very smart script so far this game.
Yeah. Well, Kuro picking up the Brutalizer after his tier 2 just for some extra early punch to those piercing arrows. It'll certainly work.
And this is what's different about the Tigers now, is that now they're actually more willing to pull the trigger and make plays in the laning phase right there. They don't just wait for their opponents to slip up. They become more active about abusing timer cooldowns and everything like that. So their shot calling remains really quite good, except it's actually just been moved up even earlier in the game.
Well, like you said, they really needed to do that. That was a part of the game that had the most issues for the KOO Tigers. They needed to address that early game weakness, and they certainly has. And I think, now that we're almost done with the first round here in the tournament, the KOO Tigers are really starting to position themselves as being a big threat in the second round.
Well, right, and not only that, but a big threat for Worlds as well. Remember that,
true.
They ended last season with a hell of a lot of circuit points in second place, and if they can win this season, or if SK Telecom wins this season, they'll probably have the most circuit points as long as they make a decent run at the playoffs.
Yeah, should be. Oh, Secret coming in, flash play. They catch Gorilla. There's the box as well. Nuclear coming in, going to bring in the jungler as well. Oh, the second hook misses. Or the first hook, rather, for that fight. So no kills for Spenu, just a lot of damage coming in.
But that's such a great disengage play right there, and they were equal in summoners at that time, and the fact is that Soul didn't TP bottom for that, and Smeb has control over the top side right now. He was the one pushing in. So pretty easy time for Hojin just to go in and get a little bit of counter jungling done while he can.
Yeah, he knows
Catch
that.
may try and come back around. He has that explosive cast. Try number 2 here might be pretty good.
He's coming in. Can he knock them off with a turret, though? Gorilla and Prey already underneath. Here comes Catch. Teleport coming down as well, too. Oh, he completely misses the explosive cast, though. Death Sentence misses. This has gotten very awkward very fast. They have to save Soul. Catching a lot of trouble. They're just going to let him go because that gank did not work. They're just going to take the mid lane turret instead.
Sussin was roaming right there, too, when they didn't have lane pressure. Oh, my. What a terrible dive attempt from Spenu.
Ugh, that is ugly.
So ugly. I mean, losing at least a tower for that with no benefit whatsoever, and you burned your TP. Are they going to lose tier 1 and top also? Holy cow.
I feel ill after seeing that.
Looks like they're not going to get the tier 1 in the top side.
Well, Cat's just completely missing his ultimate in a way that we seldom see at the pro level.
I mean, he knew Gorilla's flash was down. I don't even understand why he threw it there.
Yeah, that's a very good question.
Well, that is a big bonus for the Tigers, especially when this next dragon's going to be coming up and the mid lane turret is already down in their favor.
Yeah. And that dragon's going to be up in about a minute 40 now. You know, it's almost like a Coyote versus Roadrunner in this bot lane, man. I mean, Spenu is like the Coyote trying to set up all these like elaborate schemes to get him, and in the end, he just ends up like falling off a cliff.
And Grillo goes, meep, meep.
That's right. Oh, Prey just goes meep, meep, and pops his ultimate. Yep, pretty much.
Oh, man, alive. That was one of the worst dive attempts we've seen this season.
Yeah. That was in terms of bad plays. That was probably. I'm trying to think of a worse play I've seen a team make this season.
I don't know what was worse, CJ's composition in Game 2 or that dive.
That dive was worse.
I don't know about that.
Oh, come on. Oh.
Because the idea behind the dive wasn't terrible, whereas
it was the execution. Yeah. Well, see, that now we've got a challenge, right? Because the idea behind CJ's comp was bad, but the execution was okay. And so we've got the idea behind the gank being bad, but the execution being terrible. So, I don't know. Maybe it's a bit of a wash after all. I guess it is.
All right, well, Ho-Chin coming around, big wraparound right here. 30 seconds before this dragon spawns. They can make another play right now. They have TP advantage. Smeb's just sitting there waiting to kill them. They're going to dive this.
Yep, no flash, still on
Here comes
secret.
Varus. Oh, this will be fun.
Should be.
Catch is going to be there, but it's going to be too late.
Oh, big ult hits both of them. And Nuclear backs off, but an easy kill onto Secret. They're going to take the bot lane turret, then they're just going to go take Dragon, and then
they didn't even have TP for it.
Nope.
I mean, Smeb was set up right there just in case he was needed, but beyond that, again, just playing around Secret's flash.
Oh, boy. This is getting a bit painful.
To be fair, the Tigers, to Spend, the Tigers are playing this game super well.
Yeah.
It is incredibly crisp League of Legends that we're seeing here. This is how you play a very low-risk style and successively accumulate advantages based on what you know.
Oh, and then
nice steal.
Then you get Dragon stolen. Catch might get caught himself, though, on the way out. That's a kill for KOO. But by stealing that Dragon, that actually helps out quite a bit.
It does, because KOO is very focused on the mid-game with this composition. They're the ones who should be winning those fights.
Yeah.
Instead, they let Catch sneak in there and
it's a bit sloppy, maybe.
Pick up the Dragon. KOO burns his ult onto Sassen. Sassen has to cleanse out of it, right?
Yeah, I mean, that was a pretty good trade. That's a fairly short cooldown ultimate for Varus and a fairly long cooldown summoner spell for Sassen.
Okay, this Tristan is still an issue, though, as everyone backed out of that bottom lane. You can't leave Trist in a lane. And look at the build that Nuclear has. Fast Berserker's Greaves here, so he's doing even more damage to the turrets. And they really want to get these turrets down so they can make some sort of run in terms of getting even in gold in this game, but they're not going to take down the outer in the bottom side quite yet.
Yep. Not yet. Wow, that turret in top lane really low. Smeb could actually have, like, Rumble get out of his suit and just kick it, and that turret would fall over.
Well, and Soul has to go back.
Yep.
No mana. He went for a Spirit Visage first because he's been so afraid of this laning phase. And only now does he have the sustain from the Catalyst. It was just Doran's Ring Spirit Visage, which in my mind is a pretty big overcommitment to the Spirit Visage early on. And now his turret's down as well.
It's going to hurt. It's going to hurt against that double AD for sure. I like the caster minion watching while Smeb was taking out his turret. He was kind of like, hey, stop. I'm going to attack you. Slowly just following him as he walks past.
You would think a cannon would hurt more to be shot with, really.
I don't know. No, it wasn't a cannon. It was a caster minion.
Caster minion, yeah. They're pretty bad sorcerers then.
I guess so. They just kind of shoot little magical shots. I don't know. He just looks so lackadaisical, you know? The apathy of the caster minion shocked me.
Well, that's why they're put in as fodder for everyone on Summoner's Rift.
I guess so. They just don't care.
They were too lazy to be summoners.
They're like, I'm just going to go back to Fountain and listen to some Nirvana, man.
They're truly the Gen X of League of Legends.
That's right, yep. Pop in some Pearl Jam and just chill. No, I'm just describing my life now, actually. That's happening. Oh, Prey goes on to Nuclear. Catches right there, though. Doesn't have the ability to catch Prey, though. Prey getting a little bit low. The rest of the KOO Tigers are there. Knock up onto Soul as he comes in. Nice play, actually. Flash away for Prey. Prey's still alive, and Hojin picks up a kill. Make that another one now for Smep. Goodbye, Soul. KOO taken out there. Catch extremely low. KOO flashes ahead for another auto. That'll finish him off and get him the double. Going for the triple now. Nope. Prey manages to take the last kill for the ace. And so what do the KOO Tigers want out of this ace?
I mean, the KOO Tigers right there just forced a fight in their power spike.
Yep.
They did everything right to get that play set up. SBE just took it hook, line, and sinker. And because they were so far forward on the map, so the Tigers knew that there was no tower for them to be protected by right here, and they wanted this turret. So they engaged this little team fight. Catch doesn't hit the body slam. And then from this point forward, it's just everybody piling in to the bottom side of the map. I mean, Secret gets a decent play off right there, but look at that equalizer giving Prey so much protection. KOO just going to stand on it and rain arrows and auto attacks down from the back right there. Very poor Azir ultimate, and that's just a flash forward for KOO as they start to mop up this team fight, but it couldn't have been more perfect for KOO. Yeah. Again, they bait SBE out into that long lane without protection. They start a little skirmish that SBE thinks they may be able to turn around, but they can't do it yet when this KOO Tigers team is at its most powerful point.
What surprised me a little bit, too, is that body slam from Catch didn't turn into a flash body slam. He had the summoner available.
He definitely should have flashed.
Later in the fight. Yeah, if he would have hit Prey with that flash body slam, that probably would have been a kill for them.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And now this is just going to turn into a giant steamroll from KOO. They're going to invade every side of the jungle. They're going to try and get these, just punish SBE as much as possible. There's an equalizer down. There is Catch on top of an equalizer.
Catch got caught. This is your jungler. This is your jungler on an equalizer. Whoa, that's a lot of damage on this Assassin. That's a blue buff taken.
Unfortunately, Rumble got it. It's not very useful. They could just go for Baron right now, honestly.
Probably. Will they do it so early? Baron's not even been up for a minute yet.
They have 280 carries. They could definitely do it.
It's not the sneakiest trap ever set.
Didn't somebody check the brush?
Nope, and they will not. Wow. Oh, wait. Oh, hey. Hey, there's a pink ward in there. Oh. What do you know? So that's why they didn't come over. Oh.
Surprise, surprise.
Yep. Shocking, really. Well, it gives them a chance now to push up the lanes. 8 kills to 0.
KOO is so huge.
Yes,
I mean, look at him. He already has the Whisper and the Brutalizer here to max out. Once he gets that Muramana, he's going to just be insanely strong.
Yeah. Oh, Assassin could be in a little bit of trouble here. Oh, Judge Line barely misses. Yeah, a lot of good CC layering opportunities, or chaining opportunities, rather, for the KOO Tigers as well.
They can do whatever they want.
They pretty much can at this point. KOO sharing his love with the Scuttle Crab.
KOO Tigers really respecting SBE this game, though. They certainly, even on paper, could have played a very sloppy game and probably just still could have 1v1 every position, outplayed their opponents and won the game. But they didn't take any big risks at all. They just played so well.
I mean, they lost that one dragon. They got a little bit sloppy there, but that's...
I mean, sometimes the dragon steals are just going to happen in a smite war like that.
Gragas is pretty good at that kind of thing, too. Oh, speaking of which, they're going to try it again. Here he comes. Didn't get it that time. Gets out on the lantern, though. He tried.
He certainly did. Well, the siege should be set up right now from the Tigers. They have wards, deep wards already in the jungle. They can certainly bait the Baron. They have a composition that's going to be pretty good at sieging. They may be worried about the wave clear from SBE, though, so if you have that Sivir and you can continue to force team fights away from turrets, that's probably going to be the better idea because you're not quite strong enough yet to reliably dive.
Yeah, you don't quite have that fantastic Sivir siege, do you?
Well, it's also just a matter of the Azir and the Maokai being able to CC and the Gragas being able to CC you under the turret and maybe turn it around. So I think this is the smartest plan for KOO right now, is not to set up for the siege, but just to force the Baron.
All right, well, they can always turn off this if they need to. Baron has started. There is a ward there for SBE. They know what's going on. Here comes Catch. They're going to dredge line right on a Catch, trying to get away. Nope. Catch got caught.
Right back onto the Baron, you know?
Yep, why not? It's like, sorry, Baron. Just give us a second. We'll be right back. All right, we're back. Equalizer. Ooh, grab onto KOO, but Secret spending a lot of time on the equalizer. Teleport coming in as well. Baron taken. That was a little bit close, but the KOO Tigers got it. KOO having to flash over the wall. Almost gets taken out, but he lives. Gorilla is okay. Whoa! From downtown.
Nice
oh, he got hooked, though. Oh, it was a nice try. KOO gets the kill on Sauce and loses the Baron buff, though.
Yeah, still worth it if you're the KOO Tigers. You trade 2 for 2. You get the Baron buff in the end. You still have your wave clear available, so you're not going to be punished too hard for this. Prey going to be able to clear that up. They're going to go for it, actually. TP, TP, TP.
Yep, that's right. And goodbye, Secret. Uh-oh, Nuclear gets ulted. Big Evelyn ult comes in for Hojin. Can help him take that one out easily. Hojin managing to escape. Soul just trying to do whatever he can, but against the top laner and the AD carry, that is not going to work out. And Prey picks up another double kill.
Wow. So Prey just starting to go off this game right now.
Yep. He's got 2,600 gold to spend, too.
Big shopping trip for Prey. What will he get? He doesn't.
Last Whisper just picks it up.
No, doesn't really need that. Probably should have gotten Bloodthirster, actually, but that's fine.
Failure. Well, there's a lot of wards there, aren't there? Huh.
Smeb just on ward clearing duty. Gold for free.
Doing some ward farming. Yep. Sawson's like, all right, I'll just put a ward there, I guess.
So they got to clean up these side waves right now. KOO Tigers all over that. Evelyn and Rumble will be sent to those positions as the rest of the team maintains the mid wave and picks up the red buff. And from there, they'll start a push in. We'll see where they actually want to go. Spenu at least having a decent amount of pink wards deep in their own jungle to prevent KOO from freely rotating through that top side.
True enough. Well, now for the top lane. They've got those Baron-powered minions. Smeb pushing that up pretty easily. Looks like they could sort of come around from the side, too. Going for that mid lane tier 2. Prey able to spell shield that hook and take out the turret. And yeah, pretty much methodical play here from the KOO Tigers. There's not a lot that Spenu can do anymore at this point. They're already 10k gold down at 25 minutes. That is about what happens.
This is about as textbook a game of League of Legends as you can get from the KOO Tigers. I mean, in terms of their play, taking advantage of your opponent's weaknesses early, turning a bottom lane support flash into a giant snowball, fighting during your power spike. KOO Tigers just putting on a clinic right here, and Spenu not having any real way of responding to it.
Oh, except for catching KOO. All right, that up. Whoa, what an equalizer comes down for Smeb. KOO giving his life for an easy team fight win for the KOO Tigers. Soul getting a little bit low. Double kill for Hojin throughout all that as well, too. Yeah. Was it worth it, Spenu? Was it worth it?
Well, they keep trying to walk through this choke with all the Sand Soldiers. Finally, Prey able to get through that position. But if Spenu can hold on to this turret, it actually might be worth it for them because they'll be able to actually wait out the rest of the Baron buff.
That was such a beautifully terrifying equalizer by Smeb, though. Wow.
I mean, they certainly were punished for it. But not as hard as they could have been. Banner of Command now for Hojin.
Yeah, Hojin and Prey actually with the same scoreline so far, 5-0-9. Isn't that nice?
It is.
They're KDA buddies.
In the good way, too, not in the way where their KDAs are terrible.
That's true. They've got a cool 14 KDA between them. Not bad.
So now KOO just going to try and set up again. This time, ward's already in place around that dragon. They've got the lane push. They just want their third of the night right now. And the problem is KOO really can't close this game quickly. There's really good wave clear on the side of Spenu. They can't dive them because of the amount of crowd control that Sonic Boom is running, even with this 11k gold lead. So it's going to be a bit of a grind from here on out, but there's really not any way KOO can reliably close the game.
I mean, the big thing is that they got that lead that they needed to get in the mid game. You know, I mean, they did what they needed to do to set themselves up for a late game like this.
Absolutely. They did a very good job of that indeed. It's just that closing this game is not so easy when these two team comps are interacting, and KOO doesn't want to make that big mistake of diving. KOO getting caught out.
That's right, yet again. Wow, they're going to get KOO for like the 3rd time now. Whoops. Well, they've been good at catching KOO at least.
Yeah, and Secret has been landing those hooks very reliably.
Oh, but the trap comes in. Hojin lands a big ultimate onto Catch. Catch getting very low. Soul able to zone a little bit. Nuclear is ulted. He has to get out of the fight. They're going to take down Soul. Another kill for Prey. Oh, Flash Dredgeline didn't connect anyone, but that is a beautiful equalizer yet again coming in for Smeb. Whoa. That blade nearly took out Secret, but looks like Girl's going to get in there for a little bloodthirsty support action.
Smeb is so good at holding his equalizers and waiting for that perfect timing, and KOO just crushing that team fight 5v4, or 4v5 rather.
That works. I mean, they already, the top lane turret goes down.
Yeah, they already set up that cannon with the banner of command on the top side, so someone has to go deal with that. Unfortunately, death timer is still so low that KOO are probably not going to be able to get an inhibitor here.
So what do you think about KOO getting caught so much here? I mean, is that just sloppy play by him or just good picks by SBE?
A little bit of both. I do like how Secret is committing to these really hard with flash hooks. He's done it a couple times now. And that shows, I think, good initiative, and his skill shot accuracy is there, so you don't always expect them to flash for that and then for them to hit it.
I suppose.
But KOO should not be the running point on some of these jungle excursions. He should be the one. I mean, they have an Evelyn, for God's sake. Like, just let her be invisible.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a bit funny to see the Varus taking the lead there. A little bit odd. Oh, Dragon getting taken out. Can they steal it? Nope, not that time. Another close attempt from Catch, but the KOO Tigers secure their 3rd dragon.
Well, Hojin's 2 levels up, so his smite is going to be more powerful anyway. It's going to be hard, even harder in that instance for Catch to take it, even if he does try and use his explosive cask for the burst. Baron going to be having 5 seconds as well. KOO should have no problem taking number 2.
Yep. 20-4 kills. That's pretty good. Pretty good for the KOO Tigers. Prey having a massive game. 6-0 and 12 on the Sivir right now.
He is certainly doing quite well.
With everything that SBE has tried, it's actually a little bit surprising that he hasn't died yet this game. Very good at escaping.
He has been. Well, KOO lining up for this Baron at the moment. I mean, they know you're there. There's like the wolf spirit flying around between everyone. They can see exactly what you're doing. Soul going to TP in and awkwardly find himself behind Smeb.
Yeah, Prey's going to ult. They're going to go in onto Soul here, see if they can catch him. Looks like they will. An easy kill for the KOO Tigers there.
I don't know why you would TP in like that.
Just to be intimidating. Didn't work. And so another easy Baron for the KOO Tigers. They should be able to get this one. Doesn't even look like SBE wants to try to stop this. Catch just hanging out in a ward. So now a Baron buff that KOO Tigers are not going to lose on a couple people.
Yeah, immediately hitting the lanes once again as well. Looks like they don't want to go into the bottom side yet. Very interesting choice considering there is that naked inhibitor in that part of the map. Instead, they're just going to go onto an inhibitor turret that they have the wave to ride forward. Smeb has TP. He can go back and clear out that wave in the bottom anytime he wants.
Yeah, looks like they just want to clear out the top turret instead. Wave clear's still pretty good with that Azir, though.
I wonder where the bannered minion is right now.
Huh, that's a good question.
I think it's probably dead. It should be. There will be another one pretty soon, however.
Well, I suppose Nuclear can handle that fairly well. Here we go, coming in now, but again, the wave clear just very good. It is going to take a while.
Yeah, SBE has such a good composition for turtling.
Yeah. I'm sure that's part of the plan too, you know, I mean, if you end up getting a bit behind, you can just try to wait it out. But I don't think that's going to work this game.
Now, eventually they're going to go down, obviously, with this big of a deficit. It would be absolutely sensational if SBE were to come back. They're actually going to make they're going to banner a melee minion right here.
Nice. Oh, Sivir ult activated. They're going to go in on Assassin, immediately taking him out. An ult on a Nuclear, actually. That's the longest way a Nautilus ult has ever gone, I think.
And they're finally breaking the base.
All right.
Well, they had already broken it, actually. They just doing it the hard way without taking that inhibitor. Now they're going to try and just end the game.
That is a big melee minion. First Nexus turret goes down. Soul trying to stop. There's an equalizer just to keep everybody else from coming in. Soul on his own. Smeb getting very low. Has the Zonius before he dies to the turret, but nice ult from Varus on a nuclear. Easy kill there. There is the ace cleanly and a very clean win for the KOO Tigers as well in game one. To be expected, but there it is nonetheless. GG.
Wow, big game from Prey too on that Sivir. And one of the things that Prey has struggled with this season has been his positioning on Sivir. On some of these lower range AD carries, he looked a little lost. This is obviously not the biggest opponent for him, but he did very well in terms of his positioning that game against a team with a lot of dangerous crowd control. So that is an encouraging sight for the KOO Tigers fans, I'm sure.
Certainly. Well, I think you can't take anything away from that game except for being encouraged by the KOO Tigers. Really playing it well, you know, showing a certain amount of respect to Spenu, but that results in a very good-looking win for them here in game number one. And, you know, you have to expect that we're probably going to see about the same thing next game, too. I mean, it just